Hey everyone, it's PB Echo Taku. Bandai Namco recently released a near 13-minute gameplay showcase of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. This is an anime arena fighter and part of the Budokai Tenkaichi series. And it's actually been quite a long time since the last entry in the series. If we look at the timeline, the last entry in the Budokai Tenkaichi series was Tenkaichi Tag Team for the PSP. That was all the way back in 2010. And if we think about proper console releases, it's a further 3 years back with Budokai Tenkaichi 3. That's 17 years since the last console release. And if we look at the start of the series, it began in 2005, so we're approaching the 20-year anniversary of this series. So for this video, I'm gonna react to the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero showcase. I really wish Akira Toriyama was still alive to see the triumphant return of the series, especially since it's been gone for so long. Oh well, it is what it is though. Let's get into it. It's the usual training ground for Goku and Vegeta in the middle of nowhere. I can't remember if this was a trailer shown during the Game Awards. Gotta say, it looks pretty clean. Let me go back real quick. I gotta say, it's funny seeing that Super Saiyan Blue is basically nothing now, especially with all those new forms like Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, and Beast Gohan. Super Saiyan Blue is basically what Super Saiyan became at the end of the Dragon Ball Z series. It basically became nothing special. We got Frieza here. Hope we can beat the crap out of that guy. That's from the Broly movie. On Speak of the Devil, you got Broly right there. Oh, you got Jiren there. Okay, the Piccolo, Krillin, Tien. I think I saw Yamcha, Future Trunks, Cell, 18. Who's gonna play this guy? I don't care. The Trio Danger guy. I can't remember. I think that's Bergamo, but I'm not really interested in him. Oh, he got 18 in his Ranger outfit. I saw Jiren there. I can't pause on him, but whatever. If you're wondering why I'm playing it in Japanese, I do prefer the Japanese voices for Dragon Ball, but there's no subtitles for the Japanese version of the showcase, so I'm going to switch between the English one and the Japanese showcase. Every reveal for a Dragon Ball video game is always going to show Goku and Vegeta. That's just how it goes. Like, Goku is the main character and Vegeta is basically become the deuteragonist, which is the number 2, and we all know that Vegeta in universe is the eternal number 2. Of course they would show excitement. It's been almost 20 years since the last game came out. Well, I know changing the names of titles is pretty common when going from Japan to the West. Why do they keep the title in Japanese, and why did they use a word that's far more complicated, like a bigger mouthful, like saying Budokai Tenkaichi? That's a lot. Why didn't it just stay as Sparking? Like, if we're changing it to Sparking now, why wasn't it just Sparking that back then? It would have been so much easier. Of course. I kind of wish they wouldn't always use Goku and Vegeta. I wish they would maybe go with like Trunks and Zamasu, or even go like Piccolo and Gohan. It would be nice to those two train together all the time. It would be cool to see those two go at it in a trailer instead of the usual Goku and Vegeta. Not gonna... I'm gonna win against you, Kakarot. I ain't gonna lose to you, Vegeta. They're starting off pretty basic, just like what they do in anime. They're in their base form, they're just sizing each other up, and I could tell that's how it's in the gameplay. I could tell they're just tapping one button over and over, or should I say mashing one button over and over. So, you know, they're not going really ham because it just feels slow too. Ooh, nice combo. I have to say, this is looking pretty smooth. I mean, it looks a little choppy, but I think that's due to YouTube compression. But the gameplay does look like it's a stable 60 FPS. If they manage to keep this at a stable 60 FPS and have a really good resolution, I think that's really cool. It looks clean too. That looks straight out of the anime. I would not be able to tell that this is a video game. I would have thought this was straight up anime. Is he going super... Oh, he's going straight to blue. They're not gonna go Super Saiyan 2, then God. They're just going straight at it. But then again, I guess that would take too long, so... So I wonder, are they different characters, like, in the roster screen? Like, can you just be Goku Blue or Vegeta Blue right off the bat? Or do you have to power up as them? Okay, and why is Vegeta not transforming yet after Goku's transformed? Is he trying to say that he could take Goku Blue in his base form because he's that much better? He's the top Saiyan. He's gonna deflect that. All right, now he's getting serious. I wonder if there's power creep in here too, like the Super Saiyan Blue versions of Goku and Vegeta should have more power than their base forms. I would think that, but then it would call for a very unbalanced game. I honestly don't remember how it was in the previous games. And Vegeta just getting his ass handed to him. That's a lot of counters. Vegeta can't close it out. I just noticed Vegeta's health is super low, and why is Goku... He's glowing purple in his health and super meter, I think... Oh, I think Vegeta's not gonna... He's gonna lose that beam struggle. Stick a fork in him, Vegeta's done. Yeah, it was pretty cool actually. Because this game is a genuine sequel and evolution of the series, I do agree with that. When looking at the game, it does look like a genuine evolution of the series. Like, looking at the graphics, it does look like a Budokai Tenkaichi game. When you look at the previous games, there is a specific style of 3D cell shading, and then when you compare it to Sparking Zero, it does look like a natural evolution, and that's what it should look like for this generation of gaming. Again, I think it's just the YouTube compression, but the frame rate actually looks a little worse here. Oh, I think they called that clashing before, but I mean, it's the same thing.
アルティメットブラストはまさにそのうちの
Honestly, I feel like this would be entertaining if you could just like put two computer controlled characters and maybe set them to the highest difficulty or like skill level and just watch. I feel like that'd be just as entertaining as watching like those fan battle videos where they match up like characters who would never meet, like Goku and Superman, for example. But in here, you're just doing it in the Dragon Ball universe. Like you're gonna match Jiren against again Mr. Satan, and then it'd be funny to see Jiren lose to Mr. Satan. That
このゲームで実現させたドラ
again, that looks so good. That's what anime arena fighters should look like.
を加えました。今回はその中から4つほど
For the mechanics, I guess, like, I mean, what else? What is there to talk about?
これまでダッシュとして使われていた
I guess they're making the movement more fluid. It does look a lot faster and smoother than the previous games.
これによってより柔軟な移動や
Like, how do you, when you're moving that fast, how are you ever gonna land a hit on anyone? Does that take up meter moving that fast? Oh yeah, it does take up meter. So you can't just spam it indefinitely.
複雑なアクション
I know they're fighting in a desert, but I'm actually hoping one of the stages is the Tournament of Power stage. That would be really cool. And maybe different variations of it, like you have the stage as it when it was clean, and then you have a ruined Tournament of Power stage. That would be awesome.
よく描かれている当て見技の超見極めでは一部の
Basically the deflect
も弾き飛ばすことまでできるようになっています。いずれもスキルストックが必要量
It was like that in the Super Butoden games on the Super Famicom as well. If you wanted to deflect projectiles or those giant beams, you would need to use your skill count or your, what I like to call it, the super meter.
バトルシステムに加えてもう一つ強調したい
This is what I want to see.
やはりキャラクターを
I want to see more characters.
これまでの映像では新キャラクターや再登場
Wonder if they'll include characters from like all the way back to Dragon Ball.
キャラクターが登場します
Well, they better include Dragon Ball Super
またこの後
characters.
すぐに
Oh, let me check that out real quick. That's a lot of characters. Let's see. I saw there's 18 right there. There's a bunch of Vegetas. It's like Base, Super Saiyan Blue, and then Super Saiyan God. Oh, what? That of course, there's a lot of Gokus again. Always tons and tons of Gokus. Oh, there's Majin Buu. Super Trunks, great. He's in his absolute slowest form. Now that's not fair. You basically have Trunks in his absolute slowest form fighting one of the fastest characters in the whole Dragon Ball multiverse. It's like not even fair. Like Trunks would never land a hit on this guy. But I'm guessing he's going to. Yeah, like Dispo's just gonna stand there and take that with that speed. It's like he would run circles for eons around Future Trunks. Like, well, this version of Future Trunks would not last in the tournament power at all. You got the parody Sailor Moon girl, and is she gonna fight Trunks too? She's a fast one too. There's no like, do they just want to like, does Japan just hate Future Trunks? Do they just want to like give him massive L's? It's like he took the biggest L at the end of his arc and Super, and that made me so mad because I like Future Trunks and they just don't want to give him a good ending. I have to say, it would have been cool to see Future Trunks in the Tournament of Power. I would have preferred seeing him come back and participate in that. Oh, Nappa, one of the originals. It's funny, knowing all the power levels, there's no way that Nappa could even match up with the Ginyu Force, but I do understand there's competitive balance. Otherwise, why ever play as any of the older characters. You'll just play as the more recent ones because the newer characters will always be more powerful. We got Topo from the Pride Troopers. Oh, come on now. You're telling me these guys are too fast for Topo? He's literally a god of destruction. I mean, I know he's not a god of destruction in this form, but he's like looking all confused and like he can't keep up with these guys. Topo is light years ahead of Jason Berther. There's no way they could even put a scratch on him. Oh, come on. Topo would totally be tanking that. And he would not be in any pain from these guys at all. Come on. That's pretty cool seeing combination attacks though, so I'm guessing this is going to be maybe at least it could be 2v2 at the max 4 players or something. And I'm guessing Goku and Vegeta can do a final Kamehameha as well. Nice. You got both legendary Super Saiyans. Yeah, get those two out of here. This is a battle. If you could just set both characters to computer controlled and just watch this play out, I think that would be super fun. I've always wanted to see these two go at it, but I don't think it ever happened in the anime. Hit's one of my favorite characters from the Super series as well. It's interesting to note that Hit has the same Japanese voice actor as Kenny Ackerman from Attack on Titan. So whenever I hear Hit talk, I just think of Kenny Ackerman. I guess this guy's just very good at voicing assassins. Wow, that's a lot of characters. That's a lot to fill, and I mean, it's a lot, but considering how huge Dragon Ball is, it's not at the same time. I'd actually be surprised if they include characters from Dragon Ball because it just doesn't seem like there's enough space. Like from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super, especially if they're adding like several forms of different characters, they're gonna take up a bunch of slots. So I imagine Frieza's gonna take up 3 other slots for his other forms. I mean 4 other slots because there's his base form, his second form, his third form, and then you have Golden Frieza. But I do wonder if they're going to include forms that never made it into the Super anime, like Black Frieza or Ultra Ego Vegeta. I'm sure they're going to include forms like Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. I don't know if they're going to add characters from Dragon Ball. I do think they'll add some characters from Dragon Ball GT. I'm sure they'll add the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. They'll probably throw Pan in there as well. Maybe they'll throw in the characters that they included in Dragon Ball Fighters. Was it Janemba? I can't remember his name. And I'm sure they're going to add some of the Pride Troopers as well, even though they're kind of lame. I'm actually hoping they'll add a lot of the characters from the other universes, even like the lame ones like Catoplessa. Imagine playing him and beating Jiren with that guy. That would be an absolute embarrassment for this guy. What about the rest of you? Do you think Dragon Ball characters will make it into this game? What about characters from Dragon Ball GT? Who would you like to see make it into this game? Let me know in the comments. And that's pretty much it for my reaction. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and sub. My Patreon is linked in the description if you'd like to provide further support. As always, contributing is never required, but any support you give me is greatly appreciated. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.